360.
Yeah.
Start now. Countdown.
Okay. All right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to give our praise, honor, glory to
YAHAWAH,
BAHASHAM,
YAHAWASHI,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM.
Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us this truth.
That's right.
And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. And the elect begins with 144,000. YAHAWAH, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jehovah. BAHASHAM is in the name. YAHAWASHI, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The Rakakwadash shares the Holy Spirit. I'm the brother Ivan Lumia, joined with
the brother Asai.
And we come back at you, brothers and sisters of the household of faith of the hopeful righteous elect, with another lesson.
Right.
And Lord willing, we hope this lesson be edifying. Just a really, straight to the point lesson. We're gonna entitle this lesson, Thanksgiving, man. Because you have the whole world, especially our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, celebrating Thanksgiving, not knowing the origins. Because a lot of people believe, that the Pilgrims had a actual sit down with the so-called Native Americans, and also they called it Thanksgiving. But that's far from the truth, man. And also when our people celebrate these wicked holidays, man, they're basically giving tribute, to other gods, man, and things of that nature. Well, something that our people don't understand, that the Lord is furious with 2/3 of our people, man, and ultimately the Lord is going to have, ultimately he's going to get back, at the wicked of our people, man, for their wicked doings. Because like I said, when they celebrate these wicked holidays, they're basically giving tribute to other gods. But I'm going to play this clip from the brother GMS Get This Work Too, and we're just going to jump straight into it.
That's right.
The Pequot people were burned alive in the middle of their sleep at night in 1637. Mass Bay Colony, Plymouth Colony, Providence Plantation, Mystic Seaport, all English colonies banded together to burn women and children while they slept in a village at night. They barricaded the exit. They did not allow anyone to leave. They wanted them to burn. They were proud that they burned. This country was proud to write. We could smell their burning, rotting flesh for over a mile away. It's written, folks. Please read it on your own. I am not making this up. Stephen King can't make this up. He was so proud, the town of Norwich, Connecticut, had a statue honoring this man up until roughly a decade ago. John Mason, the man who murdered over 700 people. When anyone, the few people who were able to survive that Holocaust, they were rounded up. They were sold as slaves. Before they were sold, they were marched all the way from Connecticut to Mass Bay Colony, present-day Boston. They were placed on trial. They were declared to be sold as slaves. But before they sent them on that slave ship, they had to humiliate them some more. And they read a declaration that those people shall not ever, once again, even utter the word Pequot. They will no longer be able to call themselves a Pequot. I am proud to say, I'm a Mashantucket Pequot. This is the history, folks. Because that particular day, that particular incident, is when this country declared its second religious day of Thanksgiving. This is what we're celebrating, folks. And for all of you who took pictures of me with my nice little pilgrim head buddy here, I hope you get the story that goes with it, because anyone who sees this, I'm sure, thinks I'm a sick, twisted individual. This is a reminder. This is what Hallmark greeting cards and Charlie Brown cartoons should be showing when we celebrate this holiday every year, when we celebrate Columbus Day every year, because this is what it represented.
And there you have it, man. This is what Thanksgiving represents. The slaughter of the so-called Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, even the rest of the Northern Kingdom that was already over here on this land, in the United States. True. It's the slaughtering of our brothers and sisters, man. This is what Jake celebrates, their own destruction by the hands of the so-called white man, the Edomites. This is what our people are celebrating, And what the things that this devil will do, they'll ultimately, gut the pregnant woman's stomach. The fetus will fall out the stomach and they'll stomp on it. You know, different, you know, inhumane things that, you know, these devils would do to our people. But what? They give it to you. They fashion up real nice and call it Thanksgiving, man.
Our
And you,
people, yes,
yep,
Slacky, brother. Our
it's all
people,
good.
just to know they're breaking bread in honor of our brothers and sisters who, as you said, how more gross can that be than to slice a pregnant woman's stomach and then stump on a unborn child? Man, they have to pay for it, brother.
Yep. You got that first scripture, big up?
Yes, sir. I have Jeremiah 10:1, and Jeremiah 10:1 reads, "Hear ye the word which the Lord, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, speaketh unto you, O house of Israel." Verse 2, "Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them."
Right, verse 2, it says, learn not the way of the heathen, man. You know, hey, what do these heathen get involved in? Everything that's, you know, contrary to the ways of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. You know, whether it be, you know, the base of all men, the so-called white man, to the Elamites, which is the East Indians, all the way to Ishmael, the so-called Arabs, you know, basically giving tribute, because these different holidays, like I said before, they give tributes, you know, to these different gods. And our people is ignorant of that fact. You know, so when our people celebrate these wicked holidays, they're basically giving tribute to these other gods, you know? And in this case, they're giving tribute to the death and destruction of their own people, man. You know? You can read verse 2 again.
And just to throw at the economy built up on, you know, 1 million turkeys being bought, and that's a small number. Just to build the economy up from a food point, to wake up to something called Black Friday, to continue supporting the economy. So it's wicked just from one day to the next.
And that's another thing, big. The water YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, putting on your spirit to bring up, you know, Black Friday. Black Friday is a thing in itself. It's what it closes in at what, midnight. You're gonna have people, you know, in the line shopping and things like that. But Black Friday goes back to, you know, us being sold on the slave auctions. You know, us being, you know, basically bought at half price. You know, us, you know, being bought, you know, by different slave masters for less than nothing, man. You know, that's what Black Friday goes back to, man. You know,
from one day breaking bread to our murder, to the following day spending your money in honor of the death, murder, and kill this man does. So, terrible, man, terrible. Jeremiah 10:3 reads, "For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe."
Yeah, that's going into Christmas, man. It says, for what the customs of the people are vain. Vain means vanity. It means nothing. It says, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with an axe. Right. A lot of all these holidays goes back to something wicked, man. The Lord gave us high holy days, you know, the days like what? The Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you know, the Feast of Tabernacles, you know, the blowing of trumpets, you know, just to name a few days, man. Those are our high holy days. The Lord didn't give us Thanksgiving. Nope. The Lord didn't give us Christmas. Nope. The Lord didn't give us, what's another one? Halloween. You know, the Lord didn't give us these different days, man. These are the traditions of men, you know, that we were given, you know, through our course of slavery. And Jake, you know, even when Jake have to understand about these wicked holidays, what they're disguised and say, it's for the kids. It's not, you know, we're just doing it for the kids. You know, do you know how Jake, you know, try to disguise it, you know, their malicious intent, you know, basically giving them an excuse to celebrate these wicked holidays, you know?
And how he lined them up to end the year. Another successful year of conquering, as I end the year with my 3 holidays. And they celebrate the wicked one more than ever now. Mm-hmm. So you go from the wicked one to the killings, to the you know, the celebrating of YAHAWASHI, which is the opposite. It's not, again, as the brother said, what the Lord had lined up for. And you all are making up your own rules to something that's not biblically written.
And just to make it, you know, we finna finish this verse out, but just to make it worse, you know, they eat pork, they eat all manner of abominations on this day too, man. But you can continue on in that Jeremiah.
All right. Jeremiah 10:4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
Right, going into Christmas, man. You know, which is another wicked holiday that's, you know, coming up.
That's right.
You know? But in all these wicked holidays, it goes into feasting, you know, and things of that nature. And our people basically, you know, giving tribute to these wicked gods. Every holiday, you know, what is Jake doing? They feasting on some abominations, you know, giving tributes and, you know, praises to these other gods. You know, when you celebrate these different days, man, you're like I said, I'm gonna keep saying you're giving tribute, you know, to these other gods, man. You know, and what is the first, you know, commandment in the law, man? You know, thou shalt love the Lord thy power, you know, with all thy heart. You know, basically not having another god over YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. You know,
and celebrating it again with this pig, whether it be ham or it be his guts, the chitlins, the stomach lining. I mean, it's madness, and it's coming to an end, and that's what we share in our glory in, that it's coming to the end through YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, brother.
okay.
So, con to that.
Verse 5.
All right, Jeremiah 10:5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also in them to do good.
Right. A lot of these things, you know, this is going into the Christmas tree, of course, you know, a lot of our people, you know, just touching upon Christmas a little bit before we jump into, you know, Thanksgiving. You know, a lot of our people deck the Christmas tree and things like that. And I believe that goes back to what? Nimrod. You know, when Nimrod, you know, died, they said, well, ultimately his spirit went into a tree, and ultimately they would give gifts, you know, to this particular tree, and they would serve it, you know, going back to Nimrod, you know. But let me grab that Amos.
All right.
And all these wicked holidays is all in the same, man. It's all about wicked feasting, you know, giving, you know, eating abominations, giving tributes to these false gods.
Right.
But this is the book of Amos 5 and 21. It says, I despise your feast days. And why? This is considered what? An American feast day, man. Right. You know, people stuffing their face, man, with all type of abominations, especially our people, man. The pork, the crab, the shrimp, the lobster. You know, different abominations, you know, pork juice. Yep. You know, niggas is into all that wicked shit.
Macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese, yep.
You can't even get it out. It's just wickedness in its finest hour.
Yep. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Right. Because what our people was ultimately giving up that wicked sacrifice, man. You know, they're doing it in the name of these other gods, man. You know, basically, because ultimately, once you're partaking things of this nature, man, you know, you're ultimately disrespecting YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. It says, verse 22, it says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. And what is Jake into, man? We discussed it. Jake is into pork, you know, shrimp, crab, lobster, you know, everything that's abominable, man.
That's right, brother.
Going against the dietary law that was set up, for us in Leviticus, man. You know, it's all type of matter of wickedness that goes on in these wicked holidays, man. You know? And it says, verse 23, it says, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. You know, like Jake love to get down during these wicked holidays, sing, dance, and the honor of these other gods, man. In this case, this is the destruction of your own brother, man. The killings of your own brother, you know, primarily talking about the Northern Kingdom, man. What's that? The so-called Native Americans, the Gad. You know, you had the Seminole Indians that was also, you know, killed too, man. You know, the Seminole Indians, which comes from the tribe of Reuben. You know, you had Issachar over here heavy. You had the Northern Kingdom over here. They were also killed, man. But what does, you know, when we go to school, what do they teach you what Thanksgiving was about, man? You know, the Pilgrims and the so-called Native Americans having a discussion, a sit down. You know, ultimately, you know, it was a peaceful trade-off. And ultimately, they called the day what? Thanksgiving. But if you actually read the history and things of that nature, you know, we started with the video. It was ultimately, you know, the butchering, the torturing, and the killing of our brothers and sisters, man. You know, this is what you people are celebrating. Talking about our people, man, because the heathens don't mean nothing. You know, talking about our people, two-thirds of our people, you know, just our people in general, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans celebrating this wicked holiday. You know? It says, let me see. Yeah, verse 24 says, but let judgment run down as waters and the righteous as a mighty stream. Right, because you see, you know, during these wicked holidays, you will see the increase of people being put to death and things of that nature. You remember what was that going back to? Was that July 4th Independence Day? How many people was knocked off by YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI? I believe it was like 60 plus people that was killed or either shot. Yep. You know, so ultimately, a lot of these days, wicked holidays is falling on the Shabbat too, man.
And the firework usage is getting worse and worse. Yep. So as you're celebrating, he's showing that these wicked holidays shouldn't be celebrated.
That's right.
So many people are being injured now. So the Lord is getting it in. So, they ain't got to acknowledge it. So keep celebrating as your time is slowly running out.
Yep. You can get that Isaiah 1 and start at, let's see. Start at 11. We go read to verses 15.
All right, this is Isaiah.
Start
1.
at 10.
All right, Isaiah 1 and 10, and it reads, Hear the word of the Lord YAHAWAH, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear unto the law of our God, YAHAWAH, ye people of Gomorrah. Verse 11, To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. I am full of the burnt offerings of rams, and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks, or of lambs, or of he goats.
Right, because our people, when they celebrate these wicked holidays, they're presenting a wicked sacrifice before the Lord, man.
That's right.
Because the things that we do, the things that our people do, man, Thanksgiving being a big part of that, man. These wicked holidays, you're ultimately giving up that wicked sacrifice, until BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, man. That's why a lot of our people, like I just mentioned, a lot of these wicked holidays are put to death, man. That's why crime, especially on these wicked holidays, man, the Lord basically puts the death angel out there heavy, man.
Yep.
But you got a big heart.
Deservedly so, brother. Verse 12, Isaiah 1 and 12, When ye come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand, to tread my courts. Verse 13, Bring no more vain oblations. Oblations and incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths.
Which is it's a Shabbat right now, man.
The kind, brother, on time. The calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting.
Can I read verse 14 also?
All right, verse 14. Your new moon and your appointed feast, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them.
Right, just like we read in that Amos, was that 5 and 21? I despise your feast days, man, because the manner of the sacrifices our people is presenting before the Lord by celebrating these wicked holidays, the Lord is not accepting that, man. Because like I mentioned before, the Lord gave us high holy days, The Lord gave us strict days that we ought to follow and to keep, man. Right. What the hell is a Thanksgiving? What the hell is a Christmas? You can't find that in the law. The Lord didn't say celebrate these days, man. Nah. The Lord gave us strict commandments of what to do, what to celebrate, and how to do it, man. Yes, and then our people want to wonder why they're in the position that they're in, man. You're presenting wicked sacrifices before the Lord. As the Lord said, He's not. You can read that verse 14 again.
Isaiah 1 and 14. Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them.
Right. He said he is weary to bear them, man. Talking about, YAHAWAH. The Lord does not, the Lord hates, these wicked holidays, man. Especially when his people partake in them, man. You can read verse 15 also.
And again, your stomach is full from the beast in which you've eaten to go stand in line now to try to get sales to, you just like robots. In this hellhole. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, smite these people. And when verse Isaiah 1 and 15, and when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood.
Right, it says your hands are full of blood, and that also partake in the days our people, ultimately celebrate, man. But that was pretty much the point. Right. I'm gonna close out with that Genesis 49, just to bring the the point back home fully, what this whole Thanksgiving day ultimately originate from, man. They call it Thanksgiving, but ultimately what does it originate from? The brother at the end of the video I just played put the scripture at the end, but I'm gonna read it. This is the book of Genesis 49 and 19. It says, Gad, who is Gad? The so-called Native Americans. It says, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. And who is that troop, man? The U.S. Cavalry. When Gad, basically, had, America as a whole, what did the U.S. cavalry end up doing, man? They end up getting rid of Gad, one by one, man. Traps and things of that nature, man. You had a thing called the Trail of Tears, which is another thing, man. Hey, because it even goes past things killing, man. Like I said, the Trail of Tears, the mass butchering, the so-called Native Americans, man, the Seminole Indians on this side.
That's right.
What Esau would do is he'll kill the the bisons, to limit the so-called Native Americans' food source, things of that nature. Hey, even the so-called white man brought different diseases over here during that time, man. Ultimately killing, off, bits by bits, the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Reuben. You had other pieces of the northern kingdom over here also, like Issachar,
Right.
Asher, that ultimately owned the west coast of America. Places like New Mexico, California, Montana, things of that nature. But Esau Edom, during that time, man, ultimately, was running, basically putting hell on Jake, and they call it what? Thanksgiving, going into the pilgrims, when the pilgrims and Native Americans so-called sat down, had an agreement, they call it Thanksgiving. That's what you'll learn in school. But what does this day really go back to, man? A day of death and bloodshed.
Man, relentless. This man, his evilness. Still, we learn more and more of his traditions, in which what he did to have us realize this day is definitely demonic.
That's right.
So, yeah, who can say they're in this truth and still want to celebrate his customs, man?
Mm-hmm. Hey, our people enjoy it, man. Hey,
yes,
but it's
they
going to
do,
be to
brother.
their downfall.
Man, and the Lord is watching, man, more than ever now, brother.
Yeah. So, you had anything else, brother? That was it?
No, that's it, brother.
So with that being said, we hope this lesson was edifying. Want to end up by giving all praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us the truth, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. Lord, when we hope this lesson was edifying, till next time, Kwam Yasharallah, Shalom, and Abba Ball.